Right, I'm hoping this all works properly. I don't think there's any audio at the moment. Let me just check. Audio options, because it should have all the... I don't want it on Pro Logic, but I can't change it now the game started. I've got reverb off a lot, at least. All the other things are on, so it should do audio once the game starts. I'll put that down to about 4, so I'm louder than the game when I'm actually talking over it. So I'm going to be doing, if it works, over the next couple of days, the really good downloadable thing, the DLC for Bioshock 2 called Minerva's Den. But the issue of Bioshock 2, as I've been saying on some of the Bioshock 1 streams, is it crashes a hell of a lot. But if I remember, the DLC runs better than the main game. And I've also edited some of the game files to reduce the crashing, although it doesn't fix it. So that's things like, you know, increasing the video games, like video memory limit and all those, because they're capped really low in the game. That causes lots of issues. So anyway, we'll have to see if anybody gets a notification. Alright, Boss Minecrafter. Yeah, I'm alright. I've been quite tired recently because I've been working all weekend and it's been really hot. So today I've just been napping quite a lot of the day. I've been doing work now and again during the day. So we'll wait to see if a couple more people come on, and then I'll start the sort of main stream going. I have to hope anyway it tells people I'm on. But there's not much in the news today that's not been you know, in the news on other days. Apparently the thunderstorms have begun in the UK, but we've not got any in our area yet, unfortunately. I think it's going to be midday tomorrow we start getting the rain here. Let me have a look. Yeah, no rain predicted today. It might start raining tomorrow at 3 PM, so that's still a bit of a way off, annoyingly. Anyway, is anybody else in the chat? Right, I'm just going to start at the moment, boss, and hopefully some more people come on. If that's the Czech one that's a panoramic one, no. Right, I'm getting rid of the person with dumb comments already. Looks like we've got a sort of troll on already.
Subject Sigma is approaching Minerva's den. He must not reach the finger. Detonate the tunnel!
Alright, well respected, man. I've only just started because not many people have come on the chat yet. Yes, this is a DLC, it's not the base game. But I'm hoping it runs properly. Because the base game doesn't. Wow, as in it just crashes too frequently to actually be able to stream it. As in, sometimes it's fine for hours at a time, and then other times it'll crash every 10 minutes, the base game. It looks like, I guess, people have been notified now for that, several different people will come on within the last minute. There's nothing to see back here. Alright, Dan. I've already had one weirdo on I've had to block, so just be warned if you're a mod. He might be coming back with multiple accounts.
Hello? Mr. Signal? Can you hear me? The name's Porter. Charles Milton Porter. Doc Tenenbaum tells me you're here to help us get the Thinker out of Rapture. It's not going to be easy, but nothing worth doing ever is. You should be able to get inside through an airlock.
How good there are the atom slugs in this you get in random places, it just give you little bits of atom. Just gonna have a quick look for some more while I'm around this bit because obviously they're fairly useful at just getting free atom. Oh, that's cool, well respected man. My SUSAC came the other day, and annoyingly it's not a proper British Army one, but it's also not an airsoft one, so it seems like it was one that was built as a proper sort of like reproduction one for like, I guess like the US gun market or something. So I'll do a video on it, but I'll also like obviously not recommend the seller I got it from because it wasn't a genuine one. I was saying in terms of, I like tried to look up how much this one would have cost, and I've not really been ripped off in terms of money. It's just more the fact that it was advertised like a proper one. But yeah, the SUSATs are pretty cool. It's just like I said, a shame. So I wanted to get original British Army one, like the proper scope. But instead, this is like obviously one that's been done. It's a reproduction one. But what I'll do is
Minerva's den has been
keep
cut
an
off
eye
from
out
the
on
rest of Rapture for
deactivated
some
bomb
time,
sites. I think probably
but
for
not
real
cut off
SUSAT.
from splicing. Don't let your guard down. The den's gone dark, but if you can reset the local power relay, I'll be able to get the juice flowing from here.
Oh, that sounds good, well respected man. If they're not too much and they're like mystery helmets, that might be a good thing to sort of pick up. I like how even though you're a big daddy, you can apparently smoke through the helmet. Right, I better quick save every now and again, just because Bioshock 2 crashes a lot, as I said. Alright, that sounds good, yeah. I might see what was on that other ground floor bit. That might be the entire level, basically. Ah no, this is just like, little computer rooms.
Mr. Porter, let me be the first to congratulate you on the founding of Rapture Central Computing. The great chain only grows stronger with each pair of hands laid upon it. I trust that you and I will choose to pull Rapture in the same direction.
I suppose if it's a Kevlar helmet as well, that's more interesting in the sense that, you know, it's probably actually fairly protective.
Hello there. Welcome to Minerva's Den, the home of Rapture's high technology.
What steps into Minerva's den? Potter's newest toy? He wants to tinker for himself. But you see, old friend, the machine has chosen me.
Because it's Unreal, you get quite a bit when the textures don't load in properly. Oh, so do all those things go through here anyway, even though they're pointing different directions. I think it throws glasses on.
Reed Wall. He and I founded Rapture Central Computing together, but the greedy bastard pushed me out years ago. The splicers, the security. He pulls the strings in Minerva's den now.
Yeah, you do get little sisters in this one as well, because like I said, I've not played this DLC in ages. Right, I need Electro Bolt, because you don't actually start off with Electro Bolt in this one, which is kind of interesting.
Porter and I are partners, but he's wasting that machine. In off hours, I've been using it to predict the outcomes of baseball games, and it is incredibly accurate. Apply such equations to Rapture's markets. This thing is the money-making grail. But Porter, I have heard them feeding it recordings of his dead wife. The fool wants to turn the thinker into a person. I could not imagine a sadder fate for such a perfect machine. Look at you, Sigma. You think that Porter is your ally, but the Thinker knows better.
Oh, that's well respected, man. That's not bad price to have the bag and everything. Oh, you get different guns, don't you, in this one?
What would Rapture be like
It's not
without
been based by
automation? From self-opening
Oh
doors
yeah,
to
lasers.
Rapture Central Computing keeps life running.
The power is rerouted. That should tip things in our favor. Head up to my office in the executive wing. I've got something you'll need. Hurry now.
What about it, Aiden? I don't know if it showed all your comments, but the Mark IV Osprey is ceramic plates, I think level 4 inside, plus a Kevlar filler. I've got one, but I've not got any of the fillers for it. There you go, superior Bioshock 2 hacking. It was really quick to do. Can I get into these places yet? But they're still locked. Yeah, I'm assuming I can't get into those until I've sort of gone up to his office or whatever and
What's the secret of Rapture Central Computing success? The most advanced computing device in the world. The Thinker.
oh, was that the S10mm? Yeah, normally if it's Kevlar, you can't get better than 3A as far as I'm aware, Dan. Because all like modern Kevlar vests are just 3A. Because I think soft armour only goes so far, unless you had, like, you know, it's so thick you couldn't really move with it. If you're on about stab protection from proper body armour, it won't, because it's not designed to protect you from stabbing, it's designed to protect you from bullets. They're different things. Police body armour has 2 layers specifically because of that. Yeah, so I can't afford anything on that yet. Oh, that's a dead beaver, isn't it?
Those vacuum bots sucked up all sorts of things before they went on the fritz. Crack one open, and you might find something you can use.
We'll just smash it. I mean, it's going to give you stab protection in the sense that it's more stuff that a knife would have to go through. But it's not going to offer any stab protection if it's not the police style one. That's why police Kevlar has like that sandpapery looking stuff in it, or like chainmail. Because soft Kevlar on its own is literally just designed to make bullets crumple. I've done loads of videos on filters. It's just 40mm, but if you're in the States, you have completely different choices of what you can get than we do in the UK. But I'd say if you're in the States, see if you can get some C2A1 filters for a good price, because they used to be the army ones for ages. Okay, so I guess thermal cells are lasers that sets people on fire, isn't it? The good thing in Bioshock 2 is you can actually melee as well when you've got any of the guns on it. It doesn't do as much damage as the drill, but at least you've got enough to attack. That's the problem with those turrets, they do it you as well. If I remember, the guns are much better in Minerva's Den than they are in the base game. As in, like, I like the laser even if it's the first gun you get. I get a second box. Was there anything else in here, or was this just literally, it's like a staff room or something, isn't it? I suppose I could follow the quest arrows, I was just having a bit of a look around. So you definitely don't. But yeah, this is a fairly big actual place, the Minerva's Den, is the one.
That damn door on the fritz again. Somebody around here must have had one of those maintenance tools. I checked the machine room here in the executive wing.
I think, sadly, they're probably very expensive, aren't they, so I can't afford it, because there'd be no way of me actually testing if they're working. But yeah, like I've been saying recently, if you've not caught me on videos, is because of the cost of living at the moment, I just can't really afford to buy much surplus to review unless it's something really well priced for what it is.
The thinker has shown me so much. My outlook was limited before. Ball games and stock prices, dollars and cents. No, the numbers spiral out. They touch everything. Hidden within them lies a predictive algorithm for you, for me, for the destiny of the base allele to the stretch of a galaxy's arm. The thinker is destined to give birth to that crystalline equation, which determines all.
That hack tool should come in handy. Head back up to my office.
Yeah, even weapons really. Do anything in there? There's some things in there. Yeah, exactly. Well respected, man. Yeah, you can boss get, in most countries anyway, Kevlar's not a restricted thing. So you can buy it either new or second hand, from like police forces selling it off, or just places that sell it new. It's very expensive new. But if you get some like only just out of date Kevlar, it's normally like 10% of its retail price. Because it no longer is technically, you know, on paper going to protect you, even though it's fine.
Minerva's den is mine. You think you can hack your way to the Thinker? You're welcome to try.
At this hour?
Rapture depends on the Thinker every day. Dispatching
Oh, 'cause you get the
trains,
electro-like
connecting your
turrets
phone
as well,
calls,
don't you?
And keeping the air fresh. The Thinker, the most helpful machine in Rapture.
Oh, do I have to turn off one of my bots to get it? Revelave gone. Where have my bots gone? Oh, I can always come back for another electro one. About £250. If you get one that's second hand and scuffed up a lot more, it might be cheaper. But I think that was about the price anyway. But I imagine they're a hell of a lot more now, because this was prior to COVID I got mine. Being here yet? Yeah, that was that staff room, wasn't it? That was a place we couldn't get into yet, right? Yeah, same Dan, like this month I'm basically not going to be buying anything, just in the sense of, you know, like YouTube type stuff, just because I ended up spending quite a lot last month, and now, you know, I'm like, probably should have waited on some of those things. But again, like with the Diac guns, you can't wait on those, because you wait, then somebody else buys them, and then you can't get that particular model. Like I found out with a G3 years ago. Yeah, I'm just going to have to avoid looking on some of those sites, I think, for the time being.
Wall splicers haven't gotten into my office thanks to the Thinker's security. I'm giving you top-level access now. All right? You're getting scanned.
What about dinosaurs?
Scanning. Designation.
That's a really good price for a Mark 7.
Please come in.
Seeing as a Mark 7 is actually, you know, one of the best of the Kevlar helmets, even though it's really chunky.
Sorry I can't be there to meet you in person. You've seen the state of the den these days. It's the Thinker that's important now, though. I need you to get to the computer core and print a hard copy of the Thinker's machine code. Core access and operations. There's an Ops access punch card hidden in the compartment under my desk there. Grab the card and head for Ops. That first year in London working for Turing, I didn't see Pearl much. Spent all day and night in a government compound, building a computer to crack the Enigma machine. Pearl got pretty fed up with me. I didn't pay her heed. And then one night, I'm out in that complex, and the Blitz starts falling. Next morning I came home to find nothing but ashes where I last saw her. Nothing but ashes.
Oh, he's got a dead cat as well. Everybody has dead cats in this game. Well, it says Bat. Oh, is it that his name? Oh, Babbage. Yeah, I guess his cat's called Babbage. I thought it said Baggage. How the hell did you find a deactivated Panzerschreck for £100? That doesn't sound right. Most famous launchers like that are several grand. Same with RPG-7s and everything. I was meant to be doing something on this desk, wasn't I? Oh, that thing.
Potter's time is done, friend. And now you collude with this traitor to steal the Thinker away from me? Sigma must be removed from the equation.
Thinker, deploy office defenses.
Here I get some actual defensive damage.
Wall. He was a brilliant engineer. We saw eye to eye once, long ago, but the splicing made him paranoid, delusional. He'd murder us both to keep the thinker here.
Yeah, the only launcher I've got is an AT4 tube, and even then they're like £300. But, Panzerfaust and Panzerschrecks are really cool, but like I said, I've never seen them for good money. I do kind of want Electro Bolt already. Yeah, I don't think a GP5 is either rare or from World War II, but, you know.
Said you won't. Over there!
I don't throw bandages at it. Oh, whiskey does hurt. Let's shoot him with a laser. Oh, it's too bloody strong. Yeah, it's because I try and hack turrets out. The electric thing is pretty annoying. Well, I do have an auto hacked out though. Get auto hacked. I've damaged it now. Just use it. For survival boss, anything that takes 40mm filters and is fairly modern, so you can be sure it works. Like I said, there's not really a specifically really good model, but I just have ones I personally like. Anything else worth looking at in here? Better fill up on health kits at some point soon. Again, I've got a bloody turret I can't deal with. I haven't got Electro Bolt yet.
Mr. Ryan hired me to build a computer that could keep an entire city running on time. The Rapture Operational Data Interpreter Network. Folks call it the Thinker for short. We've harnessed the power of Atom even in this, allowing the mainframe to process data at the speed of thought. In other words, it thinks for us. Yes. And with the completion of the independent reasoning processor, it may finally think for itself. If Turing could see me now.
Well, like I've said before, I think you've asked me this before, the problem is there's a lot of stuff I can't take into the woods to use. Like, it's illegal to take an air rifle into the woods or a crossbow, if that's what you're on about. And at the moment, with it being so dry, there's no way in hell I'm taking, sort of, like, what do you call them,
The Rapture Central Computing mainframe performs over
I'm trying to think of its proper name, like the ones you strike the steels against each other to make sparks. They've got a proper name, because I've got quite a few of those, but you definitely don't want to be starting fires in this one.
Central Computing in your Rapture directory.
With what content? Raging Krogan.
The Lancer is the most technically advanced Big Daddy that Rapture ever produced. Now it stands between you and the Little Sisters. And if there's anywhere that you'll need Atom to get by, it's Minerva's den.
I mean, technically, according to YouTube's terms of service, it depends, and again, I know that's not a scientific thing because it's so broken. I suppose it depends what you're doing in the video, because obviously if you do something illegal in the video, you're probably going to get caught from it one way or another.
Mainframe, but you can see Rodin's masterpiece of sculpture that shares its name. Come visit the Thinker today in Minerva's den.
He's from
Subject Sigma rises above the pack. A futile gesture before the all-knowing Thinker.
I've never seen a real K-bar for sale because I'm in the UK. As I said, they're American knives. I think they do have a UK like branch, but they sell them for like 3 times the US prices. Yeah, well, the thing is, like I've said before, there's literally nothing you can do if your content suddenly is stuff they decide they're not going to allow on the platform anymore. Definitely want to stock the multi-packs out just because they're really good for being able to instantly get into things. Right, we'll try doing a gather, but this is sometimes where it crashes the game more frequently. You don't actually have to do this, you can just immediately put them in the event.
Do what you will with the girls. Twist your body with Adam. The Thinker's perfect equation accounts for all possibilities.
I'm glad you enjoy the stuff, Biohazard. Use that health kit. Oh, not one of those.
Are we gonna be together again?
Oh look, they completely just freeze in the movement when you're doing that animation.
Boom! Right on
Yeah, as I already said, about £300. I do have to be careful about talking about some of that stuff because it's against YouTube policy now to mention where you can buy deact firearms and like what they cost, I
I'm
think.
telling the other girls that I have the best daddy.
Yeah, I definitely get you raging, Krogan, but again, like I said, it's just stupid overreach, isn't it? And I know with some of those things, it's not even where they directly are targeting something, it's where their algorithm decides suddenly something's like not allowed. Where they've, like, you know, the AI has just done something in a sense. Because they've done that with some other channels before and then had to go back on the strikes, but a lot of people didn't get their strikes undone. You know, like where all of a sudden, like, a keyword was just randomly made into something that would get you a strike. Definitely need some more medicals. Come back here. Can I do the drill dash in this? No, I need a plasma flash. Oh, there we go, it's going to poison himself anyway. I assume we're meant to be going that way, are we? To the robotics showroom. They were meant to have been scrapping the GSRs a couple of years ago, it's just they didn't get round to it. Or, you know, they didn't hurry through a new thing, but because of what's going on in Ukraine, I think a lot of military spending's massively increased, you know. And they've realised they do need to upgrade bits of equipment rather than just sitting on it for ages. Yeah, exactly, Dan. I think the most danger you could probably do with some of the ones I've got is either catching your finger or something inside a mechanism, you know, like you can do with a Garand and probably giving yourself a really nasty bruise, or you could put a bayonet on it and then drop it and stab yourself. I think that's the most danger you can do with them, other than, you know, hitting yourself with them. There we go, there's drill dash. Yeah, I like that. That's me. Was that a new weapon coming up? Rivet gun. Okay, yeah. So that's like the equivalent of the pistol in Bioshock 2. The rivet gun is actually quite good when you upgrade it, though, like the pistol in Bioshock 1.
Nobody hurt my daddy.
See if she runs for that. Ah, there we go. Me, somebody, or somebody else, Dan. Oh, shit, I'm assuming you're on about Aiden, yeah. I'd assume maybe Scotland, because I know you can own air rifles in Scotland, but they're basically a gun now, according to how the law works. Yeah, again, they're very good, the Israeli masks, the 4A1 and the M15. I assume at some point they'll actually update those with a much more modern mask. They're both very good, and they're 40mm obviously, which is good, because it means you can just get any filter you pretty much want for it. Leave that for now. Shoot, I'll get the first aid.
Where? What?
Mom, what's 7 times 12?
Don't ask me, silly. Ask the computer tutor.
Honey, I'm home from work. What's that wonderful smell?
The automatic chef made your favorite tonight. Tuna surprise. And I didn't have to lift a finger.
Yay! Thanks, Mom.
Don't thank me. Thank McClendon Robotics.
How might McClendon Robotics improve the lives of your customers? Meet with one of our corporate representatives today. McClendon Robotics, conveniently located in Minerva's Den, the heart of Rapture's high technology.
Oh, just about, yeah, there we go. Again, I know I've got the remote hack gun, but I only use it when I need to. I'm not breaking the back. I suppose it can't pick anything up if it's in like a little display thing. I mean, yeah, they certainly prevent you from inhaling fallout. Just bear in mind, if you're in the range of a nuclear blast, like not the range, you know, where you just get obliterated by it. But inhaling a radioactive dust isn't necessarily the worst of your worries. There's a lot of other stuff, like in terms of gamma rays and stuff like that, that will get you regardless of a mask or not, unless you're sort of sheltered in a basement or something. I'll just do another gather, because the other one didn't crash again. Right, little picker.
I can't see you anymore!
Oh, is it crashed? Is it crashed? Yeah, there we go, the game's crashed. Right, let me relaunch it. But we're not going to do any gathers then, because they are the ones that crash the game more frequently. So, let me relaunch that. Because as I said, Bioshock 2 is nowhere near as stable as Bioshock 1. And if the game decides it's going to relaunch, let's see. Come on. I've not watched it in ages, but I think they're just like a 3M type mask in that. As in like a paint respirator type one. Right, let's see if I can get this reworking. And it looks like the synchronizing bit isn't working. Brilliant. Unable to sync. Cancel. No, let's try just redoing it. There we go. Yeah, it's also what happens when you have a 4K monitor, because the icons are so small. You can have all the icons on the desktop. No, but 3M do full face gas masks, but they're still like paint style masks. I'm pretty sure that's it anyway, like I said, I've not seen it in ages. I think I'd be most concerned at the moment, like I said in that video the other day, about, what's it, the, oh, is the save this far back, or have I just gone the wrong way? 8:38 PM. It shouldn't have been that far back. Let's just load this and double check in case it did a different save. That was the same place. Alright, okay, like, we're not going to do any gathers then, so if I go straight to event, I'm just going to do rescues straight away. Just because, like I said, it crashes the game quite a bit if you try and actually do the harvesting of them. let's go have a longer look at that robot place. That was obviously where I was before it crashed. Ah yes, text is not loading in because it's Unreal 3 or whatever Bioshock is. If I had no choice, the Soviet filter's better than no filter. Assuming that you're not using it for something that doesn't need a filter, then I wouldn't want to be using the Soviet filter. But if I was, you know, had the option of, you can use an old GP5 filter, for example, or breathing in some incredibly harmful fallout dust, I'd use a GP5 filter. What does aspirin do then? Because, oh, Eve gained from aspirin. I thought aspirin would heal you, but apparently not. I thought that red light then was a camera, obviously it's just red ceiling lights. Oh, no, it is a camera. Oh good, that's going to let you repair turrets or something quite handy. Let's get this guy as fast as possible. The bot's got a name, that one. Wade, maybe. Didn't rain for us, unfortunately, Dan. Well, there was a tiny bit, but as in you could notice a couple of drops on your windscreen, that was it. Most of our rain's meant to be hitting tomorrow now, and they've put the time back again for when it's meant to get here. So rather than it being sort of 10 AM or something, it's 3 PM now tomorrow. You know, at one point they said it was today, so everything's still dead where I am. Oh yeah, they get names, don't they, when you've got the thing that lets you repair the turrets, that's fine, I forgot that. I better quick save again, because as I said, this mod has a habit, not mod, this game has a habit of crashing for no reason.
Robotic little sisters. Robotic little sisters. Sure, Mr. Ryan, we'll take that contract. Sure, yeah, we'll front all the R&D costs, no problem. And when the big daddies ignore the little robot girls, And all your fancy field tests? Hell, what are we gonna do with all the full production run of these useless things?
Yeah, I assume this man's meant to be a drunk. Or was, I assume he's dead like everybody else. Yeah, no rain, like I was saying here, Little Pig, sadly out like a tiny bit, but not enough to stop any grass from dying or whatever. I don't know. Do you mean the voice actor? You'd have to look on IMDb and see who's in it. Oh, my bots are blocking the exit. Brilliant. Come on, out the way.
The inside? No. Strange. Lead.
Alright, there's a turret now. Okay. Oh, I can just use my... on it. Yeah, so you can do B repair. So yeah, just uses a bit of E. What's going to be used? Come back here on repair.
Pearl's death opened up a kind of hole in my mind. But eventually I got around to reflecting on Alan and his intelligence test for machines. I remember grinning about the idea that I could beat it. Design a machine capable of replicating Turing himself. And wouldn't that show the old man?
As I said earlier, Aidan, there's
So
one on the
I wasn't really thinking about
SUSAT coming
replicating
up,
Alan
even
at
though
all.
it's unfortunately not proper SUSAT, as I found out after buying it. It's still one that was is firearms rated at least, so it's obviously one that's built, I guess, for a US market, along with like ACOM planes. Look at my bots just shoot each other. Idiots. Alright, Richard.
The Thinker's independent reasoning processor has been running for several months now. Standardized intelligence test scores continue to rise, beginning daily voice synthesis test. Good morning, Thinker. How are you?
Acceptable. Request to continue most recent conversation topic. Pearl Porter.
No, my late wife. Yes, I'd love to tell you all about her. I have a number of old audio recordings we made together that you could listen to, if you'd like.
Acceptable. Begin input of data regarding Pearl Porter.
You took the words right out of my mouth, friend.
There you go, I've got Electro Bolt now, so that helps. Yeah, I already got rid of him. Did Trojacon ever make SUSATs? Because the actual British Army ones, like the old ones, weren't made by Trojacon. What company that did ACOG? Because I know she meant an ACOG, not a SUSAT. Right, I'll get that Big Daddy a bit later because I haven't got enough health to get through it.
How does it feel to know that your grand purpose is foretold by a machine? The numbers know already what will happen. As I tell you this, will it affect the outcome? I am not so much holding my breath.
But yeah, when I do the video on the SUSAT, I can at least talk about the Trilux scope as well that the FAL had, because the SUSAT and the Trilux are almost the same thing, just flipped upside down in terms of the recipe. You might as well go and look around the showroom, because I didn't do it this time. Yeah, good point, letter picker. But as well as potassium iodide, there's also like the stable calcium you want as well, so radium and strontium doesn't get into your bones, which will doom you just as fast, basically, if you know, even if you protect your thyroid, you need to protect those as well.
Mom, what's 7 times 12?
Don't ask me, silly. Ask the computer tutor.
Honey, I'm home from work. What's that wonderful smell?
The automatic chef made your favorite tonight. Tuna surprise. If I didn't have to lift a finger.
Yay! Thanks, Mom.
Thank McClendon Robotics.
How might McClendon Robotics improve the lives of your customers? Meet with one of our corporate representatives today. McClendon Robotics, conveniently located in Minerva's Den, the heart of Rapture's high technology.
Oh yeah, that's definitely better than that. That was the light one. Anyway, see you Dan. I'll be on a little bit longer, but because this one will take a few hours to complete, I'm not going to try and do it all tonight. I'll probably find a convenient place to stop for tonight, and then start this again tomorrow. As I actually said about a number of those things destroyed, I just want to see if I can actually break the one that's down here. Oh good, you can. It didn't react to me hitting it.
I guess sometimes a cloud of lead just ain't enough. Today I signed for a shipment of those new bot models from McClendon. One variety tosses lightning bolts and the other fires a swarm of rockets. I understand we got some sensitive info bouncing around the mainframe, but brother, these guys ever heard of overkill?
Big Daddy's gone hostile, don't want to kill him. Here he comes. so yeah, this time we're definitely not going to do this. I've turned them down to 4 out of 10, so I can't really do much more about the sound effects compared to my microphone, if they're at 40% already. What I will do though next stream is turn them down a bit before I start the next stream again, but at that point people complain they can't hit a game, I imagine.
It's dancing, Daddy, dancing!
I have no idea who that is. Why can't I do the repair thing and remove this damage? Can that one? Sweet.
Rapture Central Computing is the best choice for your company's computing needs. Why, the Thinker even does some thinking for Ryan Industries.
Right, we're not going to do the harvesting as said, because that tends to crash the game. So now, we get nuts.
Dear Dr. Lamb, I received the invitation to your little social club today. In return, I'd like to make you a wager. I wager you need Rapture Central Computing just a little bit more than I need your half-baked metaphysical mumbo-jumbo. Ideal in science, not whatever it is you're up to. Keep out of Minerva's den, and I'll keep this city's automation from grinding to a complete and sudden halt. Sound fair?
Yeah, I mean, with the radiological contamination, most of that is just going to be a really, really fine filter, isn't it? Because essentially, unless you get neutrons or tritium or something in your water, it's mostly just filtering out particles rather than anything too sophisticated. I still haven't done a video on the military sort of water purifier I have. Again, it's like one of those things, got sent it a while ago. Oh, that'd be good to do a video on, never got around to it, so I'll have to dig out where it is or something. Yeah, you can own guns in the UK, but again, it depends like what type of guns you're on about. Some of them need licenses, some of them don't. We can't own like full semi. When I say full semi-autos, I don't mean like one of those idiots doesn't know what I'm about. I mean, you know, you can't have a decently fed magazine-size semi-auto in decent calibers. I think 22 LR is the only semi-autos we're allowed to have, other than shotguns. What is my current objective anyway? Oh, I didn't even know I found the upgraded iron laser. Okay. I was probably from that body there, wasn't it?
Has taken note of your new toy.
No active goal. It's got no rank. Let's follow the
before the eyes of God.
For subscribers, yeah, as in like channel members. I'm just going to follow the arrow and see where it's actually taking you.
Hell. The maglock door's still active. It's regulated by the resistors plugged into that relay. If you can find a way to yank them out, magnets fail, doors open. There's a plasmid that could do the job. They called it gravity well.
Okay, so now, let's go get that plasmid.
According to the Thinker's records, the Airtight Archives warehouse supervisor had a shot of gravity well on hand. Getting into the archives warehouse, that'll be the fun part.
No, I've already got the electrobolt to get in.
One good zap from that electrobolt plasmid should get you into the
It's a
archives.
YouTube option. It should be on your screen at the moment somewhere. I've played Call of Duty before, I'm not going to keep playing it on random streams. As in, like, I've streamed it a few times before.
You don't deserve to be protected. Airtight Archives offers the most secure choice you can make. Remember, that's Airtight Archives, located in Minerva's Den.
Cheers, Nico, if that's how your name is pronounced. It's not in the English alphabet, so I don't know. But yeah, there's always a channel member thing if you can do it in your country, normally next to subscribe, I think. I'm pretty sure it says something like join or something like that. But I do know people have said in some countries it doesn't let you do it. Oh, Booze Hound, yes, that's a fun one. Liquidator medals are actually really cheap because they made several million of them. If you mean Soviet collectible as in something they didn't make many of, probably on their prototype gas masks out of all the CBRN stuff, but again, good luck finding one of those at a sensible price, especially now that you can't buy from people in Russia easily.
A pair of thugs came into the archives today and started calling up codes from all over Rapture. People's private possessions, just rifling through them. Said they were Ryan security, that they were doing maintenance on the pneumatic system. Maintenance? Huh. Isn't the point of the archives to keep your things safe from prying eyes?
So I assume it's that bit I need to go in. Yeah, my favourite is CT12, not the FM12, but they're essentially the same thing. CT12 just doesn't have a drinking tube and was designed to be slightly lighter weight for counter-terrorist use. But it's essentially the same mask. It's just a lot more expensive for some reason, probably because it's rarer.
Sure, you hear it in Rapture. One of the business types asked me, why don't you splice white? Get ahead. Well, that's some idiocy. I told him, first of all, I am ahead. Second, in Rapture, it's your work that's supposed to matter, not your skin. Too bad for some folks who can't splice in common sense.
I have to do this one through the floor. Right.
Button pressing.
Input of audio data into the Thinker's database. Subject, Pearl Porter.
Closer. Very closer.
I don't know what to say, Vincent. This is Mrs. Pearl Porter speaking.
That's the way.
And I'm recording this message with my brilliant husband, whom I love very much. And, I am so looking forward to seeing London.
That wasn't so hard, now was it? Won't you be glad that we have these to listen to when we're old and gray?
Can't get Electrovolt 2 yet, can I? Oh, I can, but I just need more money. Oh, wait, get that one. Oh, the Mark 7's a lot more protective. Yeah, Fluzzy, I've been on for about an hour and 15 minutes. I'll be on a little bit longer because this is quite a long DLC. I want to get to, like, each time I stop playing it, a good point to carry on. But yeah, I started about 8 PM.
Hey, I'm just doing my job. And these pencil necks ain't conducting themselves in a way that'll make it go easy for them. Mr. Ryan needs to keep an eye on what certain subversives got circulating in the archives. That's just the way it is. These pinkos think the bandits are just gonna play nice? Send their plans to the Central Council with a bow on top? When it comes to Mr. Ryan, you're either with him or you ain't. Get used to it.
Alright, Fuzzy, I won't be too late to bed tonight, even though I've been having a load of naps during the day. It's just been so hot and humid here, even though we've not had our rain start yet. Sort of, it's not been a very conductive day after working all of yesterday for, what do you call it, you know, actually getting stuff done. Tomorrow it's meant to be quite a bit cooler at least. Is that a turret shooting me? So I was going to be looking for that plasmid, wasn't I, in here? The vacuum thing, whatever it was. I assumed it would have been in the archives warehouse if that's as far back a room. Unless it's in that completely opposite side of the door. It's not a vacuum cleaner. It's still a more vacuum cleaner to find. Thanks, security box for damaging it. Is that it? Oh, natural camouflage. Oh, that's a really useful one. That wasn't what I was after. It depends what it is, but like I said, I normally try and sell stuff at the same rate I buy stuff. But the problem is, as I've said before, with how fucked the economy is, lots of people can't afford to buy anything. And I'm not going to sell stuff at such a stupid loss that, you know, I'm losing more like 90% of its value. So. Whereabouts in airtight archives is that thing? try across the other side of this place. No, it just leads downstairs again, does it? Let's try Operations Manager. Oh, a shotgun. Right, okay, nice. Ah, this will be it.
Clear a room of clutter, or your enemies. Watch them try to resist the pull of gravity well.
Yeah, that's because of COVID and the fact that they're running out.
The Tinker knows what you're going to do with that, and it isn't happy. Porter thinks his talking computer is harmless fun. It talks like a man. This is a simple toy? No. I have heard that Ryan is becoming paranoid about this Fontaine character. If Porter were implicated as a criminal, I would have the Thinker to myself, as it was meant to be. Keep tinkering, Porter. Your time will come.
Yeah, exactly, litter picker. And just inflation of general prices. Right, let's deal with that Big Daddy. I might risk, I'll do a save first, but I might risk doing a harvest just because I want to upgrade Electro Bomb. So we'll see if we can find a body that hopefully, because I think it's like individual areas are just the ones that overload the game a bit easily. You can't get Russian surplus at the moment if you mean from Russia, because, you know, there's trade lockdowns of them. This has kind of been a big thing on the news for a while. I've already got shitloads of Russian surplus anyway, but the point is that you're not getting it out of Russia very easily. So is it? I need 180. I'll probably have to do it a couple
The machine's prediction accounts for your every act.
What's a burst?
Until you reach the Tinker's core. The equation simply ends. I will not let such an error come to pass.
Oh, I see a charm. Now, we'll try this one and see if it crashes the game or not. What I can do to make this a bit easier is get the thing out and put the turrets down. Ways to get those exist.
Do what you will with the girls. Twist your body with Adam. The Tinker's perfect equation accounts for all possibilities.
All those, and it didn't crash the game this time.
Daddy, you always save me from the monsters.
Ideally, I still want to do one more harvest though, don't I? So I have to see if I can find another one where it won't crash. Security. Oh, I'm not going to drill that. I'll just shoot the shotgun. Oh, he's dead. Top up dual fuel. Small buckshot there. No, liquidator medals don't contain radiation because they were never issued. Well, some of the people got them, but you didn't get them at Chernobyl. They were just something they gave you later on, and most of them just sat in the warehouse.
When there's just the right candy bar in the vending machine, when everything works just so. Thanks to and Rapture Computing, of course.
Alright, now let's see if we can do this other harvest without crushing the game. Or gathering, whatever it's called.
Here it is. Always remember Mommy. Who is that? This ain't Mommy.
watched that guy run and try to use his first aid thing and die. I know. It's a social media thing that I don't use. What mask did you get, Antonio? I want to go this garden on it. Oh, cool, yeah, the World War II German civil defence mask. Big system, wasn't it? Don't have any medkits. Can rectify that, just like it. And drill fuel. Oh yeah, she can't see me because I've got the active camouflage thing, even though they blatantly know where you are. Yeah, I've done videos on it. I've got VM37, VM40 and VM44. Gavra's Garden was worthless. This one for now. Alright, good, I can get Electro Bolt 2. Any other ones of these I want to get? I'll definitely get a G-Tonic slot. Another G-Tonic slot. And then I can put in the other one, Easy Hack. That's actually quite useful, it just slows down the hacking thing. I've got nothing to go in it at the moment, right? Right, see you, boss. I'll be off in a second anyway. Right, let me save this, and then I'll see if I've done most of this map, and then when I load up next time, the first minute or so, we get into the other map. Is that a big bit I've not done over there? Ah yeah, because that's one of those bits we need the gravity valve for, isn't it?
Warning, magnetic locking relay overload.
has come to my attention that a certain prominent bronze figure has been installed in Minerva's den. An original cast from the mold, no less. Such indulgence leaves a trail. If that costly little souvenir brings the looters sniffing to my door, and I am forced to gun them down, it will be at your feet that I lay the blame.
Oh, that was the last of the Hoovers. Ooh, you're looking. No, it's still play sports goods.
Maurice, I need a new pair of shoes ordered and sent to the pneumo in my office immediately. The vacuum bot ate one of mine. Size 7. Alligator. Heels.
Right, is that the entire map? Oh, let's go from there. Don't see anybody that's off. Ooh, a launcher. Those launches are fairly good for taking most of them anyway. Is there an audio diary in here or anything? Right, I think that's all the map now, isn't it? Maybe there's a staircase here and there I've not looked at. I'm sure I've been in that place, to the side of the robotic showroom. So I thought that was like the little system kind of thing. Oh no, maybe I haven't been to a bit there. So that's a bit for the objective, isn't it? So there's... Anyway, I'll have a look at the last couple of areas on the next stream I do this. Alright, see you all.